This is our 2021 roundup of the British Motor Show at Farnborough, and let me get our pictures up again. What saved it for me was the classic cars.
Yes.
Let me get this right. So there was the Maxi in baby poo brown, which looked absolutely disgusting with an AA badge on it, and maybe even an RAC badge on there. Let's get that.
So bad you had to sign up for two breakdown agencies.
Yes, VReg. I told the story at the time how my father had a grey Maxi. That was my grandfather's, and because he had a growing family, the MGB GT that he had in the Old English white with the orange velour interior was no longer big enough, and so swapped it for my grandfather's four-door Maxi, and my dad hated the car. Wheels were about this thick. It spun out on ice. It was an ugly thing. I've got fond childhood memories of it, but that's really about all. What else did we have? No, hang on, we're going the wrong way.
I did like that personally, because obviously I am through and through a Ford man, even though I drive a Mini.
Yes.
I did like the Golf Racing Ford GT40.
It was very nice. I'm just flicking through some general pictures here now. I've got Citroen, the Citroen Mahari, the traction on the rocks, the Mahara, and Rover. It's a Rover. It's a rebadged Accord. There's amazing Chryslers. Yeah, go to the
on our Facebook group / Car-Boyz. I think the address is.
There you go. I'm onto that. I've got a picture of the Ford up now. GT 69 FMC, fantastic looking car, and I love the way that as the door opens, the roof pops out so you can get in while wearing a crash helmet. But the thing was saved by all the classic cars we saw: Dodge Vipers, even things like the Alfa Romeo GTO Pininfarina, the real 90s one.
Oh, the GT.
GTV. Sorry, I got my acronyms wrong at the end. And that, I remember seeing those cars in the 90s and thinking, God, they looked good. My overall impression, actually, and I know we've said this before, and it may be my age, was cars in the 90s was the last time we actually saw sort of a nice styling. Everything's gone very much design by focus group. And we're looking at. I've got a Chrysler up at the moment. No focus group was asked. That was just men smoking cigarettes, going, "This is the car. Let's go. 1 liter's the engine. 8.9. Not big enough. This is for men, not girls."
We said that, didn't we? We said the car designed by car designers, car enthusiasts, not a computer and not focus groups.
Austin Healey 3000, that's not a focus group. It's an absolute rake of a car. You imagine Terry Thomas sitting in there going, "Hello, Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger," the classic pony car.
I was messaging a friend after the show, and she was saying, the thing about cars was the sound and the smell.
Yeah.
Electric cars don't do that.
Nope.
I don't see how people in 20 years' time are going to be going, "Oh, look how great that Tesla was," or how that electric, Fiesta is. It's not the same. There's not
the passion. I think you're going to find that there is going to be a niche. I don't think you're going to get rid of petrol cars. There's always going to be people that want to drive petrol cars, albeit maybe only a Saturday afternoon drive out, as we did in Berlin. We need to go back when we hired Trabants, and we drove them around central Berlin. Blue smoke coming out the two-stroke engine. But a fantastic, real immersive experience of proper driving, and it reminded me of like my first Fiat Panda, my Citroen AX that I used to drive around in. Properly, white knuckle riding cars that are not capable of doing stuff, and you're trying to make it do stuff. You're trying to get to the next house.
I remember driving the Trabant and thinking everything I had to know to learn to drive, I had to remember.
That's it.
And Rich kind of did invite me to drive his car, which is an automatic, and I said to her, I've never driven an automatic before, and I think it'd be that same experience where you kind of go and you need to think, and cars you just get in now and you just drive, or they're saying you get in the cars and cars will drive themselves. You've got to think about these cars and how to drive them. So with the Trabants, you have to think about when you're going to change it eventually, when you're going to change gear and things like that.
And I'll be honest, it has changed a lot, because everybody in the UK up to about 20 years ago you learned to drive. Nobody I knew took their test in an auto. Everybody I knew learned to drive with stick shift, because then you've got the principle of matching revs with gears. You have to do that with a stick shift.
Yeah.
Now, the two people that passed most recently in my family, both my sister-in-laws, one in Australia and one in England, can only drive autos.
Wow.
They didn't want to learn. They were like, it's too complicated and I can't be bothered. And I think that's the way it'll go. I think stick shift will disappear. I think we'll end up like America. I think it'll be a minority thing. And certainly with electric cars, where it's all or nothing, you don't have to think about.
Like a milk float.
Yeah. Or a Dodger or a Dodge. That's it. I think that's the way it's going to go.